Hi everybody, my name is Clint Heffern and this is my Module 1 intro video for AEP880. First off, a little demographic information about myself. I was born in Iola, Kansas. It's a small rural community. Classification-wise, we are 3A now. We were 4A when I was in high school. Graduating classes just under 100 typically. Town of the size of around the size of about 5,000 people. But born and raised in Iola, Kansas, that's where a lot of my family is at. That's where I grew up. Yeah, Iola, Kansas. I then went to Pittsburgh State University, Division II school in Southeast Kansas, in Pittsburgh, Kansas. That's where my mom went to college, and that's also where my older brother went to college. So a little bit of ties there. It's also not too far from Iola. It's about an hour from Iola. So yeah, a little more cheaper and just affordable for some secondary education. Now I am a teacher and coach at St. Mary's Colgan Catholic Schools in Pittsburgh, Kansas. So after Pitt State, I graduated. I actually did my student teaching at Colgan, and I just haven't left Pittsburgh yet. I really like it. This is my third year teaching and coaching. All of those have been at Colgan. Like I said, I'm a social studies teacher. I teach high school kids. I've actually, since we're a smaller school, I've got some junior high classes of 7th and 8th graders, as well as freshmen through seniors. So a little bit of everything there. I knew this year I am the junior high athletic director, so kind of getting into administration a little bit, finding out just a little bit of what administration is all about. It's been challenging, been new, but rewarding as well. Giving me some good insight and experience, I feel like. Like I said, I'm a coach. I've been an assistant coach for football, basketball, and baseball as well the past 3 years. As well, I'm helping run the strength and conditioning program that we offer in the summer. It's a full summer program, working out girls and guys, high school age kids, junior high age kids, as well as elementary kids, all the way down to fourth through sixth graders. So it's been really good. One of my passions, as I have down below on the hobbies, is being active, and I really enjoy working out with kids, getting them moving. Finding out what their body is capable of, while also just keeping them aware of what keeps them or gives them a healthy lifestyle that they can sustain throughout their life. Hobbies, I like being active. I love sports, any sports. Did all kinds of sports growing up: football, basketball, baseball. Honestly, just anything that was outside, being active with my friends. I really like sports. I'm a big sports fan. I also like hunting with my dad, my brothers. This is a lot of what I did when I was growing up, being from a small town, a rural community. I still hunt today, and I really enjoy it. Some family background. But my family has always, basically, for the most part, been from small town, rural Kansas. The two towns that most of my family are in is Iola, where I'm from, and then Moran, which is a small community right outside of Iola. Another small farm, rural community. That's where my mom's family's from. So both my dad and my mom's families historically have been from small towns. A lot of farming roots there. Both families have very large. My mom and dad's families are kids of 8. They are one of 8 kids or children within their families, and they said that's kind of how it's been for their parents and their grandparents. Typically large families. I am one of 3. I have 2 other brothers, but typically for the most part, my mom and my dad's family have historically been bigger families. Now, with that being said, big families, but kind of a smaller roots for education. My mom went to Pitt State. My brother went to Pitt State. A lot of my family members go to Pitt State, but not a lot of my family has branched out and gone to even Division I schools like KU or K-State. It's been more kind of small schools like Pitt State and local educations, working in with that rural small town Kansas. We have a lot of heritage from the Catholic faith. A lot of my family, both mom and dad's side, are Catholic and still practice traditions and customs with the Catholic faith, which has been really cool that I'm working at St. Mary's Colgan Catholic Schools. I've been able to express my faith in my job. We have some German ancestors. I think on both sides of my mom and dad's families, but more so, I know my dad has a lot of German ancestors. And then just some other customs and traditions. A lot of cattle farming from generation to generation. I said small town, rural Kansas, and a lot of my family do. Our farmers have cattle, have their own land. That's been passed down from generation to generation. My dad has cattle. Both my brothers have cattle. That's been passed down from generation to generation. Working into the pictures that describe myself. The upper left picture, I said I'm family oriented. My mom and my dad I'm with my mom and my dad in that picture. But yeah, real big family people. We have big get-togethers whenever we have holidays. Yeah, really big family oriented. Middle picture, I'm a son, I'm a brother. I've got two brothers, one older brother, one younger brother. And just recently I've become an uncle. So that's my brother and his wife right there in the middle picture. And I'm figuring out what it's like to be an uncle. So it's pretty cool. The picture on the right, that's my dad with some of our cattle. And I think being from small town rural Kansas and growing up on the farm and having farmers or cattle farmers, it teaches you hard work. And I like to think that I'm pretty hardworking. I'm also a friend. I've got a lot of friends through Iola and Pitt State. I'm with them a lot. I love hanging out with them, doing just everything together. A lot of my brother's friends are my friends. My friends are my brother's friends. This is at my brother's wedding, upper left picture. So I'm a friend, and I love my friends. I'm faithful, like I said, with my school. I try to really keep my faith at the center of my life, and this St. Mary's Colgan has allowed me to do that. Upper right hand picture, that's my younger brother. I I like hunting, like fishing. I'm an outdoors lover. And that's came from my dad. So yeah. Left picture, I like being active. Anything that gets me outdoors, gets me moving my body. I really like being active. This is a gauntlet race. It was 12 miles, had like 26 obstacles. I love being active, being outdoors. On the right, like I said, I'm a sports lover. Still like playing in rec leagues today. I really like sports. Um, I like to think I'm intense. A lot of people say it's because I'm a young teacher, but being a sports fan, being young and a coach, I like being intense. I love the intensity of sports and that it brings and the character that it brings. So that's a picture of me coaching on the left and get kind of wild. I'm really big into, like I said, being active, and specifically, I've really gotten into CrossFit lately. I find it's a way to stay active and stay competitive, even though I'm not in an actual sport competing. This helps me, gets me as close to competing as I feel like I can get. In my last two here, I feel I'm high energy, like with intensity and coaching. I also try to bring that energy into the classroom, and just give the kids hopefully a little bit different perspective, give them some energy, give them a different way to look at things. This picture's from actually a pep rally my first year teaching. Just trying to do some crazy, some fun stuff, and I try to keep my classroom that way as well. Um, my last picture here, this is my high school basketball coach, and this is actually last year. I'm coaching basketball, and our teams played each other, so it's a pretty cool experience. But I really respect this guy, and I'm still learning all kinds of things from him, just from a coaching perspective, also a life perspective of how to be a good father and how to be a good dad and how to be a good role model. But I'm still learning. I want to keep working up the ranks. I want to be a head coach, head basketball coach one day. I want to be a father. I want to be hopefully an administrator. That's why I'm in this class. And I understand that if I'm going to do that, I need to continually learn. And so I've tried to accept that, that I'm still a learner, a reflective learner. I'm not perfect. I'm making mistakes, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can so I can keep working up the ranks throughout my career. So thank you. Look forward to working with you guys in this class. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video.